Now, as you guys know, I traded in my 2021 Camaro SS1LE for this, and a lot of people have been asking me, they've been like, yo, like, do you miss your Camaro? Like, do you miss your SS1LE? Luxurious. So like you'll see, we got the soft Napa leather here, the two-tone leather. Welcome back to the channel, and in today's episode I'm going to explain to you, or kind of share with you, what FL5 Type R ownership is like, what owning a 2023 Honda Civic Type R is really like, and what it's all about. And I want to, before we even get into this, I want to kind of go and explain what my ownership of other cars has been like, or some of the cars that I've owned, to kind of compare to this 2023 Honda Civic Type R. So some of the cars that I've owned before, I've had two different Mazda Speed 3s. I've had a 2010 and a 2012. I've had 5 different Tacoma X runners. I've had 5 different Camaro SS's. I've had 2 different SDIs, a Golf R, a WRX, a VB WRX, a 2023 WRX. I've had Mazda 6s, Mazda CX-5s. Recently, my wife just got a CX-90. So, like, I've kind of been all over. Like, I've experienced a lot of different forms of car ownership. And recently, I've got the new 2024 Mark 8 Golf GTI. And I'm here to explain to you. And I've driven, well, before we go in, I've driven a bunch of other cars, including the Acura Integra Type S. And I'm going to go into detail explaining why this 2023 Honda Civic Type R is literally one of the best cars I've owned. So let's jump into this. All right, so I first want to go into what Honda Civic Type R or FL5 Type R ownership is like by first showing what we normally drive on a regular basis. So this 2024 Mazda CX-90 is our family vehicle. This is what we, when we have to go anywhere as a family, this is what we take. And the driving experience in this is very luxurious. So like you'll see, we got the soft Napa leather here, the two-tone leather, beautiful, interior. You're in an SUV, a third row SUV, as I'll show you real quick. And mind the mess and everything. Like I said, this is basically what we take our kids, whenever we need to go anywhere. We got the 3 car seats plus extra seat and storage and stuff in the back. So this is our main family vehicle, right? And driving this essentially feels like you're driving in luxury, and you're sitting up high and everything like that. And it's a little bit fun, but it's not that much fun if you're a car enthusiast, right? For me, if you're a real car enthusiast, you like rolling your own gears and stuff, and obviously the Honda Civic Type R offers that, as well as my daily driver slash grocery getter slash very fun and underrated car, 2024 Mark 8 GTI 380 edition. And this, when you get into it, it's nice interior, fun, lots of value, for the money. Like, very special car on its own, right? So that is another special vehicle. But then you get to this. Now, first, just look at the booty on it. Like, just look at the hips, man. I don't know if you guys can see, like, how wide it is, Well, that's one of the first thing that gets me. It's like, it's wide, it stands, the hips. Like, I saw Blueprint 1LE did a review in Q's Acura Integra Type S recently, and he was talking about, how wide it is and stuff. See, that one, the Acura Integra Type S, to me, seems like it got a BBL. This looks like it's natural, because it's not tacked on. It's just the way the car is designed, So, same thing here. You can see, it's right there. Like I said, Acura Integra look like it's got BBL. This is all natural. I just went to the gym, you know what I mean? So if you want to, go into like what owning a Type R is like, first I have to explain what it's like for me going from like our CX-90 to the Mark 8 GTI, and what it feels like coming out of both of those vehicles and then going into the Type R. Now, another thing that will better help me explain what Type R ownership is like is just the community around it, right? So one of the things that actually inspired me to make this video was one of our subscribers that's from Singapore, and he commented on one of our videos saying that a Type R costs over $200,000 to get it in Singapore. And I was shocked. I was like, what? You know, and I think he said the GTI was a little bit less expensive. I think more in the $100,000 range, if I remember correctly. But to get a car like this, he says it's over $200,000. That is amazing to me. You know, that it's that expensive there. But in some ways, and I know I have a subscriber told me that they're very expensive to get in Australia and stuff like that as well. So, you know, and then here in the US, we complain obviously with the markups that some people are buying these for 60,000, 55,000, even I've even heard 70,000 before, and 75,000. So there's some people that have spent that much for these, but in a sense, I get it with how special and different this is. Now, as you guys know, I traded in my 2021 Camaro SS1LE for this, and a lot of people have been asking me, they've been like, yo, like, do you miss your Camaro? Like, do you miss your SS1LE? And to be quite honest with you, I don't like driving this, even though it's not rear wheel drive, it's not the loud V8. It's so special, it makes up for it in so many different ways. Like, just like I said, just the looks of it alone is one thing. Like, you know, you have the Type R there, that iconic red badge. It looks like it has a built-in front lip splitter, like when you come down to here, you know, like you got the hood vent that goes right across there. You know, you got the black mirror caps, and then you have more iconic features in. You got the iconic red seats with the, you know, with the harness for like the racing seats harness if you're gonna put on the racing belts, like the red floor mats, the red carpet, like suede on the door, suede here. You got the red light, LED lighting there. Like, you know, you can lock it by touching there, and then you can unlock it just by putting your hand behind there. Like, there's so many things that people like take for granted on this, right? You know, it's a 4-seater, so we do have a cup holder in the middle, what would be the third row, but it's fine. You know, we can fit 4 grown adults in here comfortably. I have my seat pushed all the way back. An adult could still sit behind me. You have this iconic wing that's just like beautiful. You know, back to the red Honda badging right there. Type R right there to let you know what you're in. You got a hatchback, a huge hatchback, where like you have so much space. Like sometimes when I get groceries, you know, we go big when we do our groceries, and I easily use this to fill up our groceries. Like, you have like a privacy shade there if I want to use that, or a privacy cover, you know, for the luggage area there. There's a subwoofer right here, you know, like there's just so many things that makes this car really amazing, you know, like extremely amazing. And a lot of you will say, oh, the Type S is better. Well, there's a couple things to me that sets this apart. Does the Type S have this type of wing on there? No. Does the Type S have Honda Log R? No. Does it have R mode? No. You know, it's like, does it have iconic red seats? Like the seats and the full-on interior in the Type S to me is kind of boring. This just stands out, man. It almost feels like you're in a Ferrari or something. It feels special when you get in here, you know what I mean? Another thing the Type S does not have is the built-in navigation, and you know, I'll explain to you in another video why that's so important. You know, this is just like, it's amazing. Now we're gonna get into what driving this beast is like. So I would say the first thing about how this drives, and especially when you can compare it to the GTI, some of the Subaru WRXs, the Subaru WRXs STIs that I've owned, and the Subaru WRX, and even the CX-90, and some of the, you know, and the Camaro even, is that this feels like a razor sharp scalpel compared to all of them. Like, I would say the closest to being as buttoned down and as refined as this is probably the 2023 Subaru WRX. that VBWRX is pretty buttoned down and stiff, but not as well done as this. This one is just that much better, right? So you feel like you can do incredible things on a racetrack where there's like a lot of turns. Like, I'll show you. Like, there's that there. Like, you feel like you could take any kind of turns in this car and it's not a big deal. Sorry about the camera angle before. Had to make an adjustment there. But yeah, so I feel like this is more like a scalpel than any of them. Somehow it feels like it sits lower than an SS1 Elite. You really feel like you're a part of the road, part of the car, super connected to the car. And the fact that you can daily drive this, you can drive this anywhere and just, you know, let it be like your daily driver. Or you can put it into R mode like this, you know, and it literally changes up the whole dynamic of the car. Sounds a little bit louder. The you know, you see the gauge cluster, everything changes here, and then it gets, the steering's a lot tighter. Like, I'm gonna slow down a little bit and do like a little bit of an acceleration so you guys can see what I'm talking about. But yeah, just look how cool the gauge cluster is, right? And now let's just punch it real quick. Like, and then the brakes, it's just like, everything about it is just race car. So it literally transforms from your, you know, your daily driver to your race car like that. Like, and just the limits are just amazing. Like, I mean, I really, like, people don't, you know, they doubt me when I say like, oh, you probably miss your Camaro. No, I don't. Like, this literally does it all, man. It literally does it all. It's an amazing, amazing car for what it is. I'm shocked that, you know, that there's even cars like this available, that you can still get it in 2023, 2024 with the manual gearbox. It's simply amazing, man. I love it, you know. So if you wanted to know what the ownership experience is like, it is amazing. Like, I get, you know, for the first 2-3 years, I get free oil changes and whatnot, you know, free maintenance. That's amazing. You know, bumper to bumper warranty. So if anything goes wrong, but nothing's going to go wrong because this is a great motor, has a very robust motor that has been built well. It can take mods well. That's another thing we're going to be doing. We're going to be modding this soon. So, you know, and I know it's going to take it all day. So that's amazing in and of itself. And then, you know, and I've also recently, I've had somebody commented on one of my videos and said they didn't know about me before, but they just subscribed to my channel, and they, you know, they just wanted to welcome me to the Honda community. I've never, all the cars I've had, I've never had anybody do that to me. So that shows me that the Honda community really is a great community. I've had Honda Pro Jason comment on some of my videos before, so shout out to Honda Pro Jason. Also, shout out to the whole MOC. Shout out to Hunter Gang Nate. He has one of these Type Rs as well. Shout out to Cutie Chaotic. He has an Acura Integra Type S, the cousin to this vehicle. And then also, you know, shout out to Blueprint 1 Elite, who's actually shopping for one of these right now. So, or one of these or something similar, one of these type of cars, because he already has his Camaro with like the, you know, I think it's like a $14,000 K-Tech build. So that's pretty awesome. So yeah, man. And I said this like a couple years ago. I said, look out for us, look out for the MOC, look out for YouTubers like us, because we're the next ones up. You know, like, you know, I made that video and I think it brought people like Hot One Elite and Gone in 60 together. But, you know, now, you know, our circle has grown. Like, we have Will Motivation that we kick it with. So shout out to Will Motivation. We kick it also with Demonology and Mod to Fame. Like, these are people that we're building with, and our channel is just going to get bigger and better. And these are the type of cars that we're going to bring you, because like Q says, like we're like a manual gearbox, you know, enthusiasts. Like we're really deep into, or Q says he's a manual gearbox elitist. You know, I just love rolling my own gears, and I love cars like these that are fun, somewhat affordable, but also attainable. Like they're cars that, you know, you can really work for and attain at some point. So, you know, these are the type of cars that we like to bring to you guys. Hope you guys enjoy these videos. Hope you guys enjoy the POV driving views and stuff like that. And we're going to be doing a lot more. We're going to be heading to the track soon. We're going to be heading to a couple shows, and we're going to be adding more vehicles to the channel. So stay tuned for that as well. But yeah, man, that's it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Race car friends out.